Look, sometimes things that people do baffles me. I'm always surprised with actions of our people. I want to ask a question. What did these two ladies do that is wrong? What have they done that is wrong?
My brother, that is what we are talking about today. Why exactly did they suspend these two female police officers? That is the question. And you know that the Shoki seems to be a little bit angry. So let us just listen to what he has to say.
Because you see, sometimes we take actions because we want to show we are in position of authority. I will tell you, our country, our young people are not even interested in joining the police because they have demonized the police. Many policemen have demonized the police.
Demonized care. I told you that this man is angry. Daddy, please, what is demonized? They said that our police system has been demonized. Demonized. Oh my God, Chairman, I beg, calm down. I know that you are angry. We all are. No vex, Chairman. I beg, just help us calm down.
Somebody will see a policeman and be afraid. Somebody will see a policeman, be afraid to even go to a policeman to say, this is what is wrong with me. Because you cannot even go into the police station, because if you go into the police station, you'll be afraid for the, what are you looking for here? Who are you? What do you want? These two ladies are trying to make the police to be interesting. Trying to make young people to say, if we look like this, if we are like this, if we are like this, and we join the police, does not make the police a bad force. So if you are suspending them, you are the same people trying to repair the image of the police. What is the image of the police? Go and find out, do a visibility studies about the image of the police. So for me, I feel the suspension is uncalled for. Believe me.
I'm sure that you heard him and you understood everything that he said. So apparently, these two girls or ladies in that video which you watched, they were flaunting their bodies, so to say, and then dressed in a particular manner which the police force did not like. And because of the way they dressed, because of how they put themselves out, especially on TikTok, we are talking about that video, because of the way they put themselves out and you know all that, the police then decided to suspend them. So it then began to raise so many questions amongst Nigerians. What they had done, is it enough? Is it valid enough to warrant a suspension? Do you understand? And that's what Daddy Shoki is saying. Daddy Shoki is saying that the police force self, where nobody won't go, everybody they run from. The ones wey can't go, where they try repair the image, they are trying to repair the image of the police force. You are sacking them again, or at least suspending them. What is the problem of the police force? That's what Daddy Shoki is saying. Also, other political figures have joined their mouth into the matter, and by other political figures, I'm talking about Omoyele Sowore, the presidential candidate for the AAC political party. Although I do not seem to agree with him, but let us listen to what Omoyele Sowore said about this particular issue. I'm very sure that you'll be seeing what he said on your screen at this point. And then he said that the suspension of these police ladies by the Nigerian police force is an illegal and oppressive act against the Nigerian police. I keep reiterating, here Omoyele Sowore speaking, I keep reiterating that Nigeria's security forces are living in the past and are highly chauvinistic. This is quite heavy. Highly chauvinistic. If these were male police officers on TikTok, no one would touch them. The police must rescind their illegal suspension and recall them back with immediate effect. But you people like showing in Bosha, the chauvinistic and thing, necessary. You could just, but forward, don't let us be having a lot of headache. But I think you get the point of what the Omoyele is saying. He's saying that if it were the male counterpart that did something like that, they would not have sacked them. And probably the Nigerian police force is quite biased with how, they carry out their things. And, I at first, when I saw it, I was like, okay, for somebody like that to have said that, maybe you get, let me go in depth, let me see what is going on. And then I made certain researches, and then I realized that this might not necessarily be the case. The Nigerian police force might not necessarily be against women. Maybe in actual fact those women are contravening the provisions of the law. And what I expect a reasonable person like myself, I want to believe you are one, to ask is whether or not they have contravened the provisions of the law. Don't look at it from a sentimental perspective of now because saying a woman, now that person they talk like that. No, they sure you get. Anytime you hear issues like this, the first thing you should ask yourself, did they do something wrong? Don't say it's because now women, it's because now this, it's because now that. No. Did they do something wrong? If they have done something wrong, they are not supposed to be excused based on the fact that they are women. No. But if they've not done anything wrong, then they should not be punished because they are women. Do you understand that? But that doesn't mean that we should overlook whether or not they've done something wrong. And that is exactly what this video entails, what we are discussing in our video for today. Whether or not those two female officers that were suspended by the Inspector General of Police were validly suspended. Whether or not they contravened the provisions of the law which warrant their suspension. But before we go into the crux of what we are discussing today, my name is Olayeni Diekolola Daniels, popularly known as Dieko Spectre, and welcome to another episode of Dieko Talks Law. If this is your first time of coming to my channel, I want to say a very, very big welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and make sure that you click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that anytime I release a video of this nature, you'll be one of the first set of people to watch that particular video. Also, don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn at Diekolola Daniels and on Instagram at Dieko_Daniels. So, going to the crux of what we're talking about today. Yes, we are talking about the two police women that were suspended. Now, the first thing that I noticed about the suspension when I was reading through, researching, Kilo Shele, what did they do? You know, what have they done wrong? The first thing that I noticed is that they were called spy police. So in my head, I was like, James Bond, Lele. This was a James Bond. You know, they are, entering people's houses and people's personal lives without letting them know, spies and all that. So the first thing that came to my mind is, if they are spies, so to say, why then are they taking pictures and videos and then taking videos of them as police and uploading? How can a spy blow his own cover? He continue to roll the she basically spy la way. How a spy, going to beach. There's nothing wrong with spy going to beach. In short, it helps the credentials that okay, you are a normal person, and even posting it, everybody will be like, don't be that girl, be that. But then in that same video to Lossy Beach, you then decided to wear police uniform. How you can't take the spy? Now that time I can't go research what are they in actual fact. Are they spy police, or is there another unit called SPY, which doesn't necessarily mean spy like we know it to be? And this is what I found. Now, the first public relations officer, CSP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement said that the Supernumerary Police, by the combined effort of the Police Act 2020 and the Nigerian Police Guideline for Recruitment, Promotion, Discipline of Supernumerary Police, SPY, you can see where it came from, SPY 2013, was established solely, now look at the reason why they established them, solely to complement the services of regular police officers when needed by ministries, departments, agencies, multinational companies, and banks who make requests and upon approval pay for their training and cover their emoluments for the period of their engagement. See section 21, section 24 of the Police Act 2020. This is the point where I begin to say, but what is your problem in life? The person that named that skinny, can't you just name it like something else, like part 2 police or something. What is supernumerary? What is that? Then you now shorten it to spy. The spy is now totally different. The meaning is totally different from what we all know it to be. Like there's something wrong with it, but at least we've got what they're talking about. They are talking about people who just help the police. They are like second-hand police. Do you understand? They are not the original. They are like second-hand. So why I said second-hand is because I want you to understand, and it helps make you understand. So what I'm saying is this: when ministries, banks, and all that, when they need police officers, we cannot keep taking from the force, the real police officers, all the time and attach them to ministries, attach them to banks, attach them to this, attach them to that. If we keep doing that, who will now be in the police force fighting the crimes? Gun, 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 gun. Do you understand? If you keep attaching them, who will be in the police station? Sure you get. So that is why they have the supernumerary. Sure get. Now that we know and it is supernumerary, who supernumerary is, the next thing that we need to ask is, okay, we know the job description of these women, but what have they done exactly to warrant the suspension? We know who supernumerary is. God, we know who supernumerary is. Abi, supernumerary police. Now, what have they done wrong? Now, according to Adejobi, that is the first public relations officer, what did he say? He said that it is equally important to mention that in line with section 25 subsection 2 and 3 of the Nigerian Police Act and the Nigerian Police Guideline for Recruitment, Promotion, Discipline of Supernumerary Police. Hey! That is SPY 2013, issued by the Inspector General of Police. That's guidelines for SPY. The mode of dressing of SPY police mandates its SPY officers above the rank of ASP not to wear uniform. Are you seeing that? Similarly, extant laws delineate the supernumerary uniform. It states that they must be on their approved uniform. What is the approved uniform? Ash-colored shirts with SPY inscriptions all over black with shoulder badge carrying the word supernumerary. Do you see that? Now, supernumerary officers adorning police black, neon blue, or camouflage uniform run afoul. When you hear run afoul, it means that they've contravened, run afoul of the law and will be adequately sanctioned. Are you seeing that? Now, the suspended supernumerary officers Obaze Blessing and Obaze Emanuela Uju adorned themselves in conventional police officer uniform contrary to the code regulating the spy service. One of them similarly adorned the rank of superintendent of police, which is contrary to extant laws. Now, are you seeing? All those people that were shouting, it is because they were women, it is chauvinistic, it is demonized. It's not so necessary, because now we are saying that they've contravened the provisions of the law. How did they do that? If you are supernumerary, you are not supposed to wear any other thing according to the provisions of the law. You are not supposed to wear any other thing other than hash shirts on what? Black trouser with spy written everywhere and supernumerary clearly written. That's what the law says. But not only did these women, if you check the videos, you will see that one wore blue. Not only did these women not follow the dress code, one of them even carried a rank that is not hers and then put it on her clothes. Superintendent, my sister. Do you see why they were suspended? So the thing is, they weren't suspended because they were women. They were suspended because they ran afoul of the law. But not just that, they were also suspended for misrepresentation. What is misrepresentation? Where you know that you are A, but you are putting yourself out to the public to be B. That is misrepresenting the facts. So in actual fact, if as a lawyer I want to defend them, it's quite difficult to defend them. Do you understand? And then there is a third reason, although I don't agree with this third reason. There's a third reason why they were actually suspended. But let's look at their third reason before I talk. Now, they said, above all, they portray themselves in the viral video and other videos as undisciplined and unprofessional. I might quite agree with that. in contravention of the police social media policy with act glorifying ill-gotten wealth. Problem ill-gotten wealth and ill morals, which has received wide condemnation from members of the public. This is where I will have a problem with the people. Although my problem with that particular reason does not justify the first one, therefore the first one will still hold and will still have them suspended. But general public, what did they mean by ill-gotten wealth? Was there a panel that was set up to investigate their wealth? Does the police in actual fact have the power to set up a panel to investigate wealth of such nature, especially when it is not that there is any reasonable suspicion as to their wealth? Now, to allege that there has been ill-gotten wealth, it means that you are ready to prove that the wealth was ill-gotten. Another thing is morals. They said ill morals. Who defined what morals is for you? For you to have called the morals ill morals, because when we are talking about a society, we cannot use ill morals as a basis to judge, because nobody has the objective definition of what morals can be. Some people's morals could differ from another person's morals, and you cannot use that as a basis for suspending somebody from service. Ill-gotten wealth. You have not proven that the wealth was ill-gotten. As far as we all can tell, those children may be from, $10 family or from Dangote family. Oh, there is no proof. I have not given you proof. So haven't you. You haven't given me proof as to how the wealth were ill-gotten. So have I not given you proof as to whether or not they are from Dangote or a $10 family. So without certain proof, you cannot just make certain allegation. In this case, the allegation is unfounded when it comes to ill-gotten wealth. When it comes to ill morals, who defined what morals was? What is the definition of morals? Where did they put it? And how can that be the basis to sack a person? She gets. However, this argument cannot fly. Even if it does fly, and if they are exonerated on contravening the social media policy that, quote and unquote, ill-gotten wealth and ill morals. The first one, why will you adorn yourself in an attire that you know that the police force prohibits? Or at least, even if you don't know that the police force prohibits, which ignorance of the law is not an excuse, why will you adorn yourself in an attire that is not your job description? Do you understand? Why would you also, the second thing that they did, the first thing is they wore the blue and then the black, which according to their rules, they are supposed to wear the hash only. The second thing that they did is that they then gave themselves superintendents, which they are not, of police. So with those two things, yes, the police have the right to actually suspend them. Do you understand that? So I hope that I've been able to do all my own shalaye front and shalaye back, and you can see that in actual fact the police wasn't wrong in suspending them. First reason and second reason. However, their third reason, I don't fly with it. But their first reason and second reason is correct. So with that, I'm going to see you in my next video where I'll be talking about other things. Please make sure that you share this video with your colleagues and with your friends and all that, and also make sure that you subscribe and like the video so that other people can see the video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video.